Welcome into the live stream here from McCready and Siskey, powered by Rain Total Body Fuel. I'm Neal. That is Tyler.
How we doing, sir?
We're good. We're good. You're the one struggling over there technically.
I'm having all kinds of
having all sorts
technical
of
issues.
All I heard was, oh, shit.
Yeah.
And then I knew that's usually a bad sign.
That's not a good sign.
Usually a bad sign.
I hit the delete button instead of the post button.
And
then I had to start all over. And that's just...
shouldn't the damn thing kind of know what you're trying to do and just do it?
It should. It should say, hey, this is easy. Just hit this button right here.
Let's go.
Let's go. Let's do it. And I forgot to do the Instagram thing for you. It's fine. I got all kinds of issues.
It's all right. It's going to be okay.
Did you go on Twitter today?
Did I go on Twitter today? Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I had to think about
the Instagram
I had to think
thing.
about what you meant.
I did get the Instagram thing figured out, though. It was definitely the go live button.
You got to hit that button.
Yes.
Yes.
So, again, I don't know what it is. Instagram, very difficult to go live on with
Sicily.
Ecamm.
Afternoon from Sicily. Is that Sicily,
that's
Italy?
That's my guy from JDM, right?
Yeah.
I'm not even on the chat yet.
Yeah.
See, I haven't got my chat called up yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. He watches on Instagram on the lives.
Oh, Sicily.
Yes, Sicily. Sent a beautiful view, by the way.
I bet.
A beautiful view. He's got it
probably
figured
like
out.
Ruston, a little bit like Ruston.
Just like Ruston.
Coastal Ruston.
Yes.
Right there on Lake Darbone, Lake Claiborne.
Identical.
Blue water.
Yes. I asked him.
Sun-splashed skies.
I think it's like 9 o'clock there. Usually, it's in the evening. So
that's about right.
So what time it is in Sicily? Or he's gonna hear this and he could say it, but they're on the delay.
Well, he's not that delayed. He's on the same planet.
It's 9:02 p.m.
9:02 in Sicily.
How about that? I knew what time it was. How about that?
How about that?
Let's go. Let's go.
It's Monday afternoon, a little after 2 here in the Central Time Zone.
It is.
Been about to get into tournament season.
Oh, I'm excited.
Tournament season rolling around. So
we hit 2 criteria clubs on Saturday. We're starting to get. I haven't been the king on criteria club. Say if it's a 4-team parlay of the 1 losing, 5-team 1 losing, 6-team 1 losing. I don't think in the entire season we've only had multiple teams lose in a parlay like 3 times since December.
Wow.
And it goes every day.
Every day.
I'm talking about really frustrating some. Like Liberty yesterday got us, but like we've gone to where Saturday we have so many teams in the criteria. And so Saturday we have plays depending on time windows, but we did a DGM play, which means teams that aren't in the criteria you think are going to win. We had like a 3-teamer, like 4-something unit, and the Alabama, which we'll talk about in a minute. The last 30 seconds of the Alabama game cost us another 4 units on Saturday.
Oh, wow.
Appreciate the hell out of you there, Nate Oates. The criteria club is not happy.
I'm sure Nate wasn't happy either.
Yeah, Nate probably was more pissed than we were.
I think that's safe.
But I was really pissed.
Nate was very upset at himself.
He kept us from a perfect Saturday. We could have hit DGN and all criteria club parlays. Thanks.
Have you yelled at him on Twitter yet about it? Because you could yell at him.
We're going to do that today too.
You could yell at him on Twitter about what it cost you.
We're going to do that. We're going to do that again today too. We're going to do that again today. I'm pissing off everybody today. If you come here for me to piss off people today, today's the day. I imagine that you'll go through the full gamut of emotions.
Today's
today.
the day.
Today's that day. I'm in one of them moods today.
All right.
I'm in one of those moods. It's been a long. What's today? Today's Monday.
Today is Monday.
All day long.
All day.
It's been a long 9 days for me. I've been pissed off for 9 days.
How about that?
And I got a lot of sleep last night thanks to my new stuff. Easy, what it is. Good night's sleep. I'm pissed and ready to go.
I had somebody else give me a critique on Easy today. They were pleased. They said the first time it didn't do anything. The second time it was total chill.
Yeah, I'm
How
not.
about that?
Yeah, but I'm a believer.
Quick programming note, and I'll do this on the audio too. We'll do Thursday as always. This is everything going according to plan. Next week we'll have to update you as we go. We won't be doing a Monday show next week because I will be driving back from somewhere. Then I'm heading to Nashville on Tuesday for the SEC tournament. As of this moment, the team that I cover, Ole Miss, would not play until Thursday. That could be different
based on this week, right?
By the end of Saturday.
Yeah.
So we'll see what all that entails and where we go from there, and
We'll figure something out.
We'll figure something out.
I'm on the road too.
Tyler's going to be on the road also because it's spring break here for the schools.
I think I'm going to be gone Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Yeah. So yesterday, next week will be different. We'll let you
buckle up.
Buckle up.
We may do one at 1 a.m. in the morning when Scoops is coming off.
That will not happen.
Scoops is coming off Broadway.
The only way that'll happen is and I don't think this is possible based on the seating. I was saying this morning, if you ever want to know, like, hey, if I'm covering your team's playing the latest game possible in the SEC tournament, all right? But the way it looks, Ole Miss will either be playing in the noon slots.
Oh.
Dear basketball gods.
Hey, Chris Beard, what you got to do to make this happen for my man Scoops?
Or more likely in the 6 o'clock slots.
That's not terrible.
It's not awful. It's
better than the other one.
Till 8:15. You get done working by about 10:30. It's not terrible.
But here's the thing: at least the 6 o'clock slot, you know that the game is starting at 6 because they have that afternoon break.
Yes.
They have a session break.
Yes.
If you get the 8 o'clock game, whatever.
It's 8:40.
Good luck to you.
Oh, it's 8:40. Your game finishes at 11. You're still riding at 1 in the morning. It's I mean, look, there are worse jobs to have than covering college basketball in March, but well, I'll repeat the prayer, dear sweet basketball gods. If there's any way to work into that 8-9 thingy.
Here's the other thing, all kidding aside. You know what's going on? I'm legit interested in this tournament season. This review shit has taken a whole turn. Okay? These games are not 2 hours anymore.
No, well, they've
not even close to 2 hours.
No, they've gotten and the college review is so much more convoluted than the NBA review. It's
every
weird.
Damn ball that goes out of bounds in the last 2 minutes gets reviewed.
Yeah.
Unless it's just blatant dude throws it by himself. Any kind of rebound of guys even in the vicinity of the ball going, review it. I mean, they go on for, like these games, the last 2 minutes are lasting, 45 minutes, feels like. I mean, it's going on forever.
Yeah.
But anyway, all right, let's crank her up.
All right, here we go. Welcome into episode 265 of McCready and Siskey, powered by Rain Total Body Fuel. I'm Neal McCready. That is Tyler Siskey here on this Monday, March the 3rd. It's our first show of the month of March.
This is March.
This is March indeed. And as always, just as we were in February, just as we are in January, December,
I talked to Bob. He's probably listening. Talk to Bob on the way over here.
Well, there you go.
He's going to try to join us for Talladega.
Oh, good. Brought to you by Rain Total Body Fuel. Speaking of Bob.
Sorry, guy.
300, not $2.99, 300 milligrams of natural caffeine. BCAAs. It's got electrolytes. No sugar. None. Not a single solitary milligram of sugar. I'll tell you what it's got, though.
It's got some BCAAs.
It's also got what you need to push your limits to achieve all of your goals. You get up in the morning and you say, I want to achieve my goals. Well, drink a Rain.
Dude, get you right. We'll get your mind right.
Learn more on Instagram at Rain Body Fuel.
To learn more.
That's why I shook it up. I said,
I heard
learn more. There's no point in saying learn more on Instagram at Rain Body Fuel to learn more. I said learn more on Instagram at Rain Body Fuel.
I got you.
Yeah.
Scoops, I'm rocking with a strawberry apricot. And thanks to the weather coming in tomorrow, the Oxford Chargers first region game of the year has been moved from tomorrow until today. So I get, for the 5th time in 6 days, get to spend from 4:30ish till 11ish at the ballpark. Who's fired up? Fired up. And what do you need to go through that?
Is that at Oxford today?
That'll be at Oxford.
Are you going to do the concession review in Oxford?
All right, we'll talk about that. I got something for that.
Oh, has something happened?
I'm going to go through my Rain, and then we'll talk about it. I got something for that.
Uh-oh. I sense a conflict.
Hey, we're rolling with a strawberry apricot today to keep me rolling, and I will be bringing all the juice for the game today. I'll be the only one yelling at the umpires today. I don't.
Will you get scolded?
I don't yell at umpires unless they're dumb. I did raise my voice at one the other day. I didn't yell. I call it raising my voice.
Do you get scolded?
No, I did get a stare. You know, I did get a stare from the home plate umpire. He did turn around and stare at me.
Not from the administration.
Yeah, I may not have told I told the umpire in the field to get his head out of his ass and pay attention. He was I'm sure he's a great guy, but he wasn't paying attention. But anyway, that bothers me. Do your job. You're getting paid. Scoots the Cooper Chevrolet chat is already bumping, and right now you can take advantage of these amazing offers from Cooper Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Hyundai. That's right, the Buick Encore. You can get the GX incentive right now, and you can get the Buick Encore for right around $20,000 with Buick's $3,000 Conquest rebate if you own or lease a 2011 plus non-GM vehicle. No trade-in required. Call our good friends at Cooper Chevrolet at area code 256-236-4481. That's right, area code 256-236-4481. Our good friend Greg will be with us at Talladega as we get rolling here later on in the month. Scoops were also brought to you by our good friend Brandon and all the people over at PTG Outdoors. They are a Camus boats dealer. They have both fresh and saltwater boats. They sell and service Mercury Outboards. They do custom marine electronic installations with Garmin, Humminbird, and Low Ranch products. You can get all of your fishing needs and custom golf cart retrofits, or they replace all of the batteries with a single lithium battery. Located right there in the metropolis of Grenada, Mississippi. Make sure you go to the online store at PTG Outdoors and get your favorite outdoors person something special. Go ahead and check them out at PTGOutdoors.com. All right, Scoops, you know what's coming. We're brought to you by the official RV dealer of the McCready Siskey Show, County Line Campers, right there off I-10, exit 38 in Gulfport, Mississippi. I'm going to go down there and see your good friend Rob and Destiny and all the people over at County Line Campers next week when I'm down.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm going to stop by and say hello.
Hell yeah.
And down in South Mississippi or anywhere you go to check out County Line Campers. Right now, it's RV Gross. We'll probably get a new reader. This is the last time we can probably talk about this because tomorrow, guess what? It's Fat Tuesday. They had the Joe Kane parade yesterday in Mobile. It's packed.
250,000 people.
Dude, Joe Kane parade,
Mobile,
Joe
Alabama.
Kane parade is I rode in that one year. It's the only Mardi Gras parade I've rode in was a Joe Kane parade. It was a nuts. Right now, you can get any two deals. Like, check this out. You can get a new Gulfstream bunkhouse travel trailer right now for $16,899.
No way.
Yes, you can. And you can get a new Prime Time Tracer bunkhouse travel trailer right now for only $24,995. Didn't even let you guess. I already started.
I was going to guess $1 million.
Nope.
Unbelievable. $24,995.
Make sure you go to YouTube at County Line Campers. You can go to TikTok. You can go to YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, all that stuff. Go check out County Line Campers. You're on YouTube right now. Subscribe to County Line Campers and watch Miss Destiny give all the walkthroughs, all the brand new RVs they got going down there at County Line Campers, the official RV dealer of McCready Siskey.
That's right.
I go a little extra for the one guy from like a month ago that bitches about the ads. I'm still going in extra on him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Still going in on him. Appreciate whoever the hell that you are. I'm petty like that. It's kind of like, what's the guy that pissed me off the other day? Or I took up for my guy.
It's pretty frequent.
What's the guy's name? Philly Reb.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like somebody, I had a buddy of ours text me about it. He said, what the hell this guy do? I said, nothing. I'm just petty as fuck. It's fun. Anyway. All right. Before we get started, we did have 9U travel baseball. And usually we come here with travel baseball icks, right?
You do.
I didn't get enough baseball in to really get some icks. Knox plays on the worst baseball team maybe ever invented.
He's 9.
He's 9. They are terrible.
Good. They're supposed to be.
Love them.
Okay.
The great kids. Love Drew. Great coach. Terrible. We got a terrible team. Anyway. So we're not there long enough to really get a lot of icks in. I was planning to do a concession stand review, but we got knocked out in the 9 o'clock window, 9 o'clock a.m. window on Sunday.
It's not all bad.
I wasn't hungry. But no, I do have he's 9 this year. It's the first year of kids pitch. All right. So I do have an ick, but it's not an ick.
Ball 4.
It's not a parent ick.
Okay.
It's not a parent ick. This is
Okay.
a rules ick.
Oh.
And I was talking to someone else. I don't want to dox him out here. I was talking to another guy, a baseball expert, like legit guy that coaches at a high level.
Okay.
And we
Counsel.
were talking, and he has a son that's the same age, and we were talking about the rules and all these different organizations and all that stuff. And so I think it's USSSA. And so you go from, he goes, the problem is they go from 8 years old, which is coach pitch.
Mhm.
They go straight to 9U, which is kid pitch. But brother, you go from 8U like coach pitch and here to like baseball. I mean, kids leading off, kids stealing, the whole deal. And I went back and he's like, that's the problem is you're trying, it's hard enough to try to teach a kid how to pitch correctly.
Yeah, now you're throwing everything else at them.
And now they're like, now you got to hold a runner on, you know, and all this stuff's going on. And I got to thinking about it. And I was like, dude, he's right. Now I went back to when I grew up and I remember the rules. I used to be pissed off as a kid, but I get it now. They should be at 9 and 10. They should not, like, we had basically softball base running rules to where you couldn't get a lead and you couldn't, if you wanted to steal, fine, but you had to wait till the ball crossed the plate before you left.
Yep. I think that's how we did it because I played.
It was called Mustang. I don't know the organization back then. I think it's Cal Ripken now. But
we had Dixie Minor, and then Dixie Youth,
yeah,
and then Dixie Boys.
Then you have majors or
and
something.
then majors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was like, back then it was like
hardly anybody played majors.
Like Pinto, Mustang, Bronco, then Babe Ruth was the 13 to 15. That's what it's called. Yeah.
Yeah.
And but anyway, right now you're caught between, and this is what I do like what Drew's doing. Our guy is like, you're caught between developing kids to play the game of baseball, but if you try to win, okay, and look, we all know him. We all know him. Right now, you're listening right now, and you know this guy. It's Wednesday night at church. It's 5:30, and he's the coach of the local team, and he's coming to church in his Canes polo. I mean, he is fired up. He is representing the brand. You know what I mean? You're at work. You know, you're at work. You go down to the office. My man's wearing his, EBC polo to work. Okay, we all know him. Okay, they get their rocks off by winning a tournament, and so they're all fired up. They're ready to go. Y'all all know him, so don't act like I'm talking crazy. Everybody knows this guy. Everybody knows this guy. That he's one win short of replacing Snicker. Alex is going to call him, and he's going to replace Snicker to be the manager of the Braves. He's one win short.
Braves losing right now, 3-2.
Oh, they lost Sean Murphy. That's even. Don't get me started on that. So
he got hurt.
Yeah, took one of the ribs, cracked a rib. 4 to 6 weeks.
Oh,
not going to open the season. Good job. But we all know this guy, and so the point, like, if you try to win, if you're trying to win the tournament, you're not developing players.
Yes.
So if you get a guy on, like, if you're trying to win at 9 years old, if you're trying to win the game at 9 years old, this is what you should do. If you would like to win every 9-year-old tournament you're ever in, this is how you do it. You send your batters up to the plate and you tell them, we're not taking 1 strike. We're taking 2 strikes. That means you leave the bat right on your shoulder until you get 2 strikes. 85% of the kids are going to walk doing that.
Ball 12.
And then when you get on first base, you're going to get a lead. And you're going to get a big-ass lead. And every kid is going to try to pick you off. And as soon as the first movement you see from the pitcher, just take off to the next base.
Ball 16.
Because there's a 0.0% chance that anybody at 9 years old is going to turn around and throw it to first base. The first baseman is going to catch it.
Good throw.
And then throw it to second base and get you out.
Tag.
Not happening.
And then getting the kid to remember to tag, even if you did it all.
Not happening.
Yeah, those things are not happening.
Okay.
So basically a walk is a home run.
Yes. Well, it gets you to third, and then the pass ball, you're just waiting on pass ball, right? Which is going to happen at one of those pitches. And so you're literally just like, if you get on first, you're on third in 2 pitches.
Yeah.
Sometimes in 1 pitch. I mean, and so you're trying to win the games, you're not developing players. So my guess my ick is like, if they would go back to those, like, technically softball rules and make them play like where, hey, there's a ground ball to short, you start learning to feed it to second.
I actually would like it at that level if stolen bases weren't allowed.
I'm actually okay with a stolen base because because
the catcher's never throwing anybody out.
They do every once in a while.
Do they? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, they will get it down there. I'm okay with that. If you leave when he catches the ball, I'm okay with that. I'm 100% okay with that. But then you got let's don't forget the oldest play in the book. When you get on third base as you take your lead and you're halfway down, he's not going to throw it back to third base, and you just wait for him to throw it to the pitcher, and then you take off for home. You can do that too anytime you want to. So if you're trying to win, you're not developing players.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
It does.
So it sucks. But anyway, all right. That's my base. That's not really ick. It's just like, let's go. All right. Deebo Samule over the weekend. Big couple interesting NFL news here. Deebo Samule traded to the Commanders for a 5th-round pick. Good day to be Jaden Daniels there, sir.
Yeah, it's a new toy.
It's a new toy.
Mm-hmm.
I look for the Commanders to make a couple moves here. I think I think their wish list includes a guy named Myles Garrett.
Oh.
The Browns are still saying they're not going to do it, but I think they can. They got equity that they can go get Myles Garrett if such a thing they desire.
Mm-hmm.
I think they made room for that. I think that's something that's kind of semi-well known there. But the Commanders are trying to make moves to get better. So, and definitely, Deebo's in that interesting year. He didn't have a Deebo-esque type year. Was banged up.
Now?
He's probably approaching 30.
It's probably part of the deal with Myles Garrett too. Is you just worry a little bit about. He's still a great player, but you just worry about father time starting to take
He's 29. He's 29. Just turned 29. Deebo is. So
he's right there on the edge.
He's kind of getting close.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, he's kind of getting close. But it's I think it's a way for, they're going to get better. Deebo, you look at the 49ers, I think this was part of, they're going to have to pay Brock Purdy here pretty soon, and may do it before the year starts. And so he's still on that rookie deal. So we had talked about it during the season. That window may be closing a little quicker for the 49ers than it is opening. All right, other news. Matthew Stafford restructures his deal and stays in L.A. That was a big piece, a big conversation piece of where he could go, because I think he was very coveted, but he restructures his deal. Going to stay in L.A. That leaves eyes on coming up here. We got free agency about to crank up in NFL. Eyes will be on, what Aaron Rodgers is going to do.
Yeah.
You look at the Steelers quarterback situation. You got Russell Wilson and Justin Fields. Both will be free up. So the Pittsburgh's going to have to figure out what they're going to do at quarterback. And then Sam Darnold is the other one that's going to be out there. So it'll be interesting to see what kind of round robin we play here in the NFL.
I'll be interested with Rodgers just because I really enjoyed the documentary on him. Interesting cat.
It was that.
But I kind of like people that are that way. I don't know that I like the robots. I like the people that have a little personality. But he's getting up there now. They got a 4 on his name on his age.
People.
Father Time doesn't really allow too many 40-something-year-olds to function as high-level NFL quarterbacks.
I will say this though,
I'm not saying he won't be.
I still think
I'm just saying it's a rarity.
I still think he's as elite as anybody if he's in the right system. I do. I mean, the guy can freaking spin it still. So I mean, he's a dude. So we'll see there. All right. I want to tackle this thing right here. No pun intended.
Okay.
I was crushed with questions over the weekend about the combine and quarterbacks and this and that. Watch this guy throw, guy throw. And then it never fails. They threw on Saturday. I'm just trying to freeze my ass off in peace at the baseball game. Okay? Just trying to freeze my ass off in peace. And then I see it never fails, man. These guys, they'll show one clip of a guy throwing a football. I'm like, that's it. He's the best that ever was. That's it. He can throw it a long way. First round pick. All right, so quarterbacks and throwing at the combine. I can't pretend anymore. I've tried. I tried to I was like, guys, look, let's just.
So wait, let me stop you and see if you're going where I think you're going,
okay.
Because I'm going to have to be offended. Are you telling me that despite the fact that these people all have lots of football on film, actual football of them throwing footballs in games,
like playing a game?
In football games. 11
talking about the guys that are at the combine.
I'm talking about there's film of those guys playing 11-on-11 tackle football.
Dozens of games on film.
in some cases, 30, 40 games in pads, in different weather against opposing teams. Like there's an actual defense on the field against them. Often with coaches on the other side who have schemed to try to limit your effectiveness.
Usually, yeah. That's
not always.
Not always, but most
sometimes.
time. Most time, defensive coaches try to stop the offense. Yeah.
Sometimes,
yeah.
You're telling me that instead of me looking at that and going, this is what I should really be valuing, are you going to tell me that what I should probably be valuing is no. I should value the underwear Olympics where there are no pads and there's no defense.
And routes on air.
That's what I'm saying. Routes against defense. No defense. No defender.
Absolutely. So somebody asked me on your boards when it started, and then it's like I answered the question, and I felt like I had a board, like your board people were all asking me questions after that. I couldn't get away from it. And it's like, I keep saying this, it's like, all right, look, guys, they're throwing 12, 15 balls in freaking against air. And you're going to forget, like every one of those NFL executives that are there have watched them throw it live dozens of times. Okay. They've come to practice. Like multiple practices. Layers of people inside the organization. Not just one person.
Yes.
You have area, you have cross-check, you have executives, you have coaches. They're going to go and see them throw it live, and then they're going to come to the games. I mean, you cover, obviously, Ole Miss. I mean, there's no telling how many NFL guys you see in the press box or on the sideline of every single game you go to.
Well, in practice,
there's NFL guys at every single game you play.
And at the SEC level, most practices.
And and everybody's different how they open it up. Most coaches open it up now. But there were days when there have been days that I did the NFL stuff, like the NFL liaison job. I did that for 6-7 years. I mean, there were multiple days. Like we had days where we had, like in a 2-day period, we had all 32 teams in the NFL were there. Like it's busy. They come. And so you sit there and you're going to watch, oh my gosh, this guy's a first round draft pick and this and that and this and that. I mean, look, they've seen them live. They kind of know. That's why, it's more of a media thing, but you see people put out these tweets and you're like, oh my God, like, come on, man. It's just, it wears me out. I can't pretend anymore. Like, quit. Just quit. Quit.
I'm going to give the NFL some credit here, man. Credit to you. The NFL has mastered the ability to make the whole calendar theirs. They have absolutely mastered the ability to turn the combine into basically 2 weeks of nonstop programming. Because you have all the build up to the combine, then the actual combine, and then you spend days reviewing the combine. And it's just dudes running.
Yeah,
I'm not saying you should minimize it, but it's wild.
All right, so from a running standpoint, like I get it a little bit on that. I understand it because that's the first time the NFL gets to really time them running. So I'm okay with that. Like I'm okay with that combine stuff part of it. And I'm okay with the drills and stuff, but let's just take it for what it is. You'll take, like, I'll give you an example. All these quarterbacks will go there. They're going to have pro days. They're going to have private workouts. Next time we have AJ on, we'll talk to him. I remember AJ had like 14 private workouts that nobody knew about, that took place in Tuscaloosa, that took place in the indoor. And these teams would come with their whole staff. And they would show up like a recruiting trip. They'd show up in between, around pro day and after pro day, between now and the draft, and they would show up with their staff. They'd take him in the room. They would take him out to dinner the night before, put him on the board. Then they go put him through their own workout with the receivers and stuff like that. Happened like 10, 12, 13, 14 times. That is a workout. This stuff where they're throwing 12 balls to people they don't know, throwing a freaking go ball, throwing out routes, throwing corner routes. They don't know. I guess the only thing maybe you can get out of it, I'm trying to be positive here. The only thing you could really get out of it is maybe you can see how a quarterback, when shit doesn't work right with the receivers, because you never know which way, especially when they're throwing corner routes. and out routes, you're running. Maybe you don't know how they're coming out of the route. Can you adjust the shit on the fly? Maybe you can see that. But as far as like arm talent and accuracy and things like that, come on, man. I mean, like that doesn't. It's hard to like if a guy can throw it, a guy can throw it. But it is good for quarterbacks to do the interview process. I think getting one-on-one in the room with coaches, with other staffs and other organizations is good. And throwing if you're healthy, like Quinn Ewers. I guess we can say this now because it's been reported. I kind of knew it for a while. I just didn't want to step on people's toes on this, and they know who they are. But Quinn played with a torn oblique after the Michigan game, the whole year, and now people are finding out. They're like, "Oh shit!" I mean, he did all that on a torn oblique. I mean, most people wouldn't have played. And he's healthy, and he's able to throw it now. So I think he'll go up the boards as we go.
You want some breaking news?
I'm all about breaking news. Let's go. Break it.
It's from The Athletic. We give credit where credit's due. It's called attribution. I'm a believer in it. There's some people around Ole Miss that could learn attribution. When you just take people's stuff. This is by Diana Rossini, Paul Daner Jr., who's a Bengals beat writer, and Amos Morale III. I don't know who he is. Amos, I apologize. I just don't. But maybe I'll learn. The Cincinnati Bengals are using the franchise tag.
T. Higgins, right?
On T. Higgins for the second straight season. That's not going to be.
Yeah, that was a bad rumor.
The Bengals would prefer to have Higgins on a long-term deal and are committed to knocking out an extension before the July 15th deadline. They also remain far apart on the deal with Jamar Chase.
Yeah, I'm not surprised with that. I kind of figured that was coming.
Making it a long-term extension with Chase their top priority. His contract is expected to reset the non-quarterback market. Offer has been made by the Bengals, but the two sides reportedly remain far apart. Chase just became the 6th wide receiver in NFL history to secure the Triple Crown.
I would be surprised if they can pay Burrow, Chase, and T. I mean, that's going to strain them financially to do that. But I wasn't surprised that they were putting T on another franchise for that at all. Real quick before we move on to the next one, we were talking about the concession stand reviews.
Yes.
All right. So
yes.
All right.
Oxford High School.
You're asking about Oxford. So
yes.
we did Lafayette again. So we went barbecue nachos.
Okay.
All right, on the second trip.
Okay.
All right, because there's going to be a lot of barbecue nachos. My plan was to do barbecue nachos they had barbecue nachos at M-Trade for Little Man's tournament. We wasn't there long enough to get to lunch.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
And then I had 2 games on Friday. I didn't get there to 9 o'clock. I already done a concession stand. I couldn't do one. Cold. No, didn't do one Friday night. Out 9 o'clock. So Oxford concession stand. One, I'm going to be there a gazillion times, so I can do it at any time. That's one. But I did notice something. Shout out to whoever. I did notice something. Did notice something. So the concession stand last year was pristine at Oxford High School.
Okay.
Okay. Last year, and we're going 2024. We're talking about last year, 2024. Every single night that you went there, quesadillas, barbecue sandwiches, hot dogs, hamburgers. Good. And for somebody that eats dinner there 4 nights a week, it's much appreciated. 2025, let's flash forward 12 months. Concession stand been struggling a little bit. Hey, we're not doing hot dogs tonight. We're not doing hamburgers. We may have this or we may have that. Just not, hasn't been.
Is this a parent booster club thing?
Don't know.
Okay. Well, look.
Don't know.
If you're going to point the finger.
Don't know.
Just say who it's at.
I don't know. But all I know is Tuesday we did a concession stand.
Because Oxford gets a little sensitive about criticism.
I know.
Sensitive.
All I know is Tuesday. And my wife, as I call it where I come from, Tuesday, we did a concession stand review at Lafayette.
You did.
Friday, we made the return trip to Oxford. Friday, brother, the Oxford concession stand, they may have been expecting it. Because not only did they have barbecue nachos, they had quesadillas, they had hamburgers.
You said not only.
Had hot dogs.
Include also.
They had meat and cheese plates.
Oh.
They came out full tilt on Friday. That has not been the case. So I'm in a dilemma here. Okay?
Oh.
I need help.
Oh.
I need life advice.
So what you're okay?
Can I get some life advice?
Life advice, yes. I have some.
Look, I am teeing this motherfucker up. I'm on fire today.
Life advice presented by Cole Walters of State Farm Insurance. Cole Walters is licensed in auto, home, life, health, business. Hell, you can get pet insurance in the whole state of Georgia, not just Atlanta.
The whole state.
The entire state, not just Savannah.
You can get, if you live in Lowndes County, South Georgia.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you live
Brunswick.
in Athens. Statesboro.
Macon. Augusta.
Yeah. Shh, Augusta.
It's coming.
It's teeing off. 706-525-7850. You can also find him online at ColeWaltersInsurance.com. All right.
I need life advice. All right, here it is.
Okay, so here's the problem. They were upset at you raving about Lafayette's.
So we got a 7-7 at Lafayette on Tuesday.
Right.
On Tuesday.
With the chicken tenders.
Yeah, Saturday came back with barbecue nachos. Got them to a 7-9.
Oh.
Oh.
So when did you were at Oxford?
I was Friday. So they had seen the first review and they came out firing. They came out all guns blazing.
You didn't do one.
I didn't do it.
And instead, wow, you are really playing with the baseball gods. I mean, instead, you went to Lafayette on Saturday, did another one, and gave them a better grade.
Yep. All right. So here's my dilemma.
Oxford plays tonight.
All right. I got a dilemma.
District play against South Haven.
Yeah. Got a dilemma here.
Okay.
All right. Dilemma one, just so as everybody's transparent in case you're don't listen to the show. All right. My son plays on the baseball team.
Yes.
All right. My wife is the school nurse. I am.
She's the whole system nurse, right?
Yeah. She does something.
Yeah.
She got some fancy title. All right. So here's my deal.
She's got a big guest coming into town soon.
We can't talk about that. It's top secret. Shh. All right. So here's my dilemma. All right. One, for the other parents involved, and there's a bunch of us that have to show up, and we're there. We'll be there at 4:30, freezing our ass off. When it gets hot, we'll be sweating our ass off, and we're there to like freaking 11 o'clock because we got
running the concession stand.
No, just watching baseball.
Gotcha.
All right, we're there. We're eating dinner there. Do I not do the concession stand review? So the concession stand is rocking, and for the whole year for everybody, because I'm afraid if I go do it, you'll have your moment, and then they'll have their moment. They go back to hey, we just got quesadillas.
What if you do really, really well, and people go, you know what? I'm going to start going to Oxford High School baseball games for the concessions, and all of a sudden you have big crowds, and now you have a home field advantage for your son and the rest of his teammates.
I got dilemma. And then so the other thing is like, all right, what if I go there and I give them a bad review and I got to see those people?
Oh,
do they spit in my food? They wouldn't do that. It's a joke. Ha ha. I know sometimes people don't like jokes, but that's a joke.
You might lose some friends.
I mean, what if I lose friends because I don't give them as good of a grade as somebody else? You know what I mean?
Well, look, here's the deal with that. This is simple. You were someone who has a reputation for you tell it like it is.
I tell it like it is.
And so if you go and
what if the quesadilla is cold?
You say it's cold. You say it's cold, and you let the chips fall, or in this case, the tortillas fall where they may. That's what you do. I mean, it will send a message. Well, okay, let me ask you this. If the Chargers play a bad game, unprepared, they have no plan offensively. Defensively, they kick it around the infield. They kick it around the outfield. They lollygag around the bases. Do you want the coach to say, great job, boys? You did super. Go home and have a cookie? Or do you want them to go, let's go to work? What do you want to do? That's the question.
That's why I like Cade. Cade will motherfuck somebody in the middle of a pitch.
Well, that's what do you want? And so I think your job, if you want the program to be great, do you want the program to emphasize winning or not?
Absolutely.
Okay, then you got to win in the concession stand.
Okay.
So you go and you're honest. And if it's a disaster, you say this is a disaster. And you let people have a moment where they realize this is not acceptable. Oxford loves to do the we get to live here thing, which is so pretentious. You could say, hey, I have to eat here. Let's go.
I have to survive. This is how I get my nutrition.
You pay for this, right?
4 nights a week. Absolutely.
You pay for it.
Absolutely.
Okay, well, You expect there to be some effort.
Okay.
So put it out
So
there.
do we go early or do we wait? We go back to this second question.
I think you go ahead and go and set a baseline.
Okay.
And then
do we come back and do a review when they later on in the year and see if they've maintained the standard, or what do we do?
Well, look,
because I'm there 4 nights a week.
I used to work as a bartender in graduate school, and you knew that there would be mystery shoppers who would come in. They'd be in the bar. You wouldn't know they were the mystery shoppers, but you knew mystery shoppers were coming. You didn't know, like, each Friday when I went in, Friday was my day shift, and I had to cut limes.
Cole's in the chat. Cole does all our social media.
See.
Cole's an Oxford graduate. He says that he is going to edit the Oxford video to be a 9.8 regardless. I'll be like, I'll give it a
6.2 and it'll come across as 9.8. I mean, but I had to cut limes up. I had to pre-make all the margarita mix, all that stuff. I didn't know on that which Friday morning the mystery shoppers were coming. I just knew there was a day coming when they were going to show up, and I wanted them to get the best damn line, right? I wanted their margarita to be just right. And so I had to prepare every day as if that was the day. That's how you chase excellence. You don't chase excellence by going, hey, someone let me know when Tyler's going to do the damn review, and we'll get
I've only had, just for the record, I've only had one complaint, and I didn't complain. I've only had one, like, to myself, I was like, you got me shitting me. One issue at the concession stand of all the times I've ever been, and it was recently.
Yeah. At Oxford?
At Oxford. It was really cold outside. And so my mother was here. My mother was in town.
Okay.
She was at the game. She wanted a hot chocolate.
And it wasn't hot.
I go to the concession stand to get her a hot chocolate. The water, and they had not turned on the burner. The burner.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So water was just lukewarm. Or not even lukewarm, it was just water. And so I told the student who was in the concession stand, I said, why don't you just put the water in the cup and put it in the microwave and then add the stuff?
Yeah.
And she looked at me and asked me if you could put water in the microwave. Yep. It happened. It's okay, though. So she was very nice, very sweet. I was like, yes, you can put water in the microwave. It's safe. It's not even a complaint. It was just, hey,
that's what happens.
At least she asked.
That's what happens when you spend half the year worried about the damn standardized test scores and not enough time teaching the kids.
Hey, at least she asked. At least she asked. It could be like, she could be like my oldest son, who about blew our house up about 4 years ago when he put
aluminum foil.
No, worse. He put he likes Chef Boyardee.
Yeah.
Like he loves like the raviolis and the spit.
Yeah.
The most, no telling how many preservatives and that stuff, right?
Well.
And I said something like, we were not there. It was one of the very few times, about 4 or 5 years ago. He's better now, he knows, but had to learn the hard way. He calls me in a panic. He says, Dad, the microwave's on fire. I was like, put it out.
Yeah.
I was like, what do you mean? He goes, every time I put the ravioli in the refrigerator, in the microwave, it starts sparking and causing flames. I'm like, what? And my man just opened the can and put the can in the microwave.
No.
He opened the can and put the can in the microwave.
Oh, no.
Hey, it's okay, guys. It happens. All right. There we go. That's it. All right. Moving on quickly. This happened today. Surprisingly, not surprised. I think you'll be a little bit surprised by this. Florida State and Clemson are expected to reach a settlement with the ACC that will solidify the membership of the league.
So they're staying
in the
near future.
Going to stay.
I'll give the ACC credit.
I was
here it is. They let the two prettiest girls, but not quite pretty enough to get the guys they were looking for. They let them go try to date.
Mm-hmm. They tried,
and it hurt their pride a little. But ultimately, what happened was exactly what they thought. The two guys that those girls were trying to date did not want to date those girls, and so they took them back. They didn't say, "Oh no, I wasn't."
They didn't tell them to kick rocks.
I wasn't good enough for you now. I mean, I wasn't good enough for you then. I'm good, but I'm good enough for you now. They said, no, that's cool. Welcome home. Welcome home.
I think.
Would you like a cookie?
I'll be interested to see once this all gets all done in official. I'll be interested to see if FSU and Clemson are going to get a little more than they were getting.
Yes.
I imagine they are.
I think they are.
I'd just like to see actually how much they're getting.
Boston College, you just got to pick it up. Wake Forest.
No raise for you.
No raise.
No raise for you.
No cost of living raise for you, Wake Forest.
No. I'll be interested.
All that money went to Tallahassee and Clemson. But it also shows you Florida State thought they were kind of fancy. They weren't quite as fancy. Are they a Quick U client?
Who?
Florida State.
No.
It's Clemson. Clemson is, right? Yeah. We don't talk about Clemson. Clemson, you're great. Go Tigers. Make Clemson great again.
Hey, Clemson's America's team.
America's team. They are very patriotic.
Just saying.
They are patriotic.
Scoops, you know what? In case Wake Forest or Boston College or Virginia, they need to figure out how to get
to Clemson.
to Clemson. You know what they should do? They should call a guy Trav at Kia of Meridian. That's right, Kia Meridian. Right now, big savings are happening at Kia Meridian. You can get $10,000 in rebates and 0% financing on select vehicles. Plus, for a limited time, they're matching your down payment up to $2,500. That means more money for your car. And considering that Florida State and Clemson are getting all the money, y'all are going to need it. So go down and see Trav. He'll match your down payment up to $2,500.
That's like free money.
Free money. Free money. So make sure, don't wait. These deals won't last. Visit Kia Meridian today. Kia Meridian, where your great deals drive home with you. Area code 601-483-6444. And more importantly.
Oh, no way.
Oh, yes.
Are you serious? There's more?
There's more. When you buy a vehicle from Kia Meridian, Trav's going to go in the back. He's going to pull it out. And you're going to
spin the
wheel and win great prizes like a Xbox, a PS5, a TV, and more. So go check our friends out at Kia Meridian, area code 601-483-6444. Trav's in the chat. What's up, Trav? Scoops. And in case, Boston College, Virginia, and Wake, and all those teams, they don't get their raise. Florida State and Clemson gets it, and all of a sudden they need housing options for their players. What can they do? They can call the official RV dealer of McCready and Siskey County Line Campers. South Mississippi. Why settle for a regular getaway when you can take the party on the road? You can take it all the way to
Boston,
Boston,
that everyone asks.
to Charlottesville. You can take it to Tobacco Road. It doesn't matter. If you need housing options, call our good friends at County Line Campers. They're kicking off the annual RV Gross, which actually probably ends Tuesday.
It does.
They'll probably send me a new reader this week. But you can pick any two. How about this? How about deals like this? You can get the new. Let's go big because they're going to need housing options, right?
Right.
How about the brand spanking new?
What's a lot of NIL you're talking right here? Because
I know this is a big NIL deal.
Yeah, here we go.
How about the brand spanking new Entrada Mercedes diesel Class C motorhome now?
Oh my God, $7 million.
Nope, $94,995 right there at County Line Campers. Or Scoops, we're going big here.
Okay.
How about the brand spanking new FR3 Class A motorhome with a bath and a half?
$10.7 million.
$149,995 right now at County Line Campers. They're open. Guess what? They're open 7 days a week right there off I-10.
That's every day.
Every day. It ends with Y. I-10, exit 38, right there in Gulfport, Mississippi, open 7 days a week. And then look, if you need to know what exactly is it? What does it look like?
Yeah.
Go to County Line Campers on YouTube, on TikTok. Make sure you give them a follow. If you're on TikTok, give County Line Campers a follow. If you're on YouTube, give them a subscription and check out Miss Destiny's walkthroughs on all the good, nice product coming out of County Line Campers, the official RV dealer of McCready and Siskey.
Absolutely.
How about that?
We are also brought to you by Parish Brewing Company. They're located in the heart of Cajun country, right there in Broussard, Louisiana. And they have a simple goal. One goal. One goal. One goal is to make amazing craft brewed beer. That's it. That's it. They don't get up in the morning and go, hey,
want to hit 3 bombs a day.
Nope. Nope. They don't say, hey, I want to throw a out route 10 yards out of bounds.
No, sir.
They just go, I want to make great beer.
I want beer. I want it to be great.
And they do it. They got the Doctor. It's Dr. Juice. It's a highly crushable juice bomb. 6% ABV. Just perfect for a nice spring afternoon. If you want the ghost in the machine, you want to go a little crazier, get the double IPA. It's brewed with obscene quantities of hand-selected Citra hops right there from their favorite farm in Yakima Valley, Washington. They've got Envy. It's an America Pale Ale. I think it's quite underrated. Excellent. Got Canebrake. If you want a wheat beer, getting that time of year, people start going, you know what? I'd like a wheat beer.
Wheat.
They got Canebrake. Whatever you're looking for, they've got it at Parish Brewing Company. So wherever you get your beer, grocery store, the bar, restaurant, concession stand, ask for Parish Brewing Company products. You won't regret it. That's right. Now, if you happen to be like, look, today's not the day for me. I'm watching my waistline. I don't need a beer today.
We're on TikTok.
Okay. But what I might need is something else.
Easy.
We're brought to you by Easy Hemp. Easy. Easy is a vitamin-infused sparkling water. It's a guilt-free alcohol alternative. It's a natural way to relax and unwind. It's all natural. It's made with real fruit.
It's easy.
No added sugar. Low calorie. It's gluten-free. One 12-ounce can of Easy has 3 milligrams of vitamins.
Easy.
With Easy, it's easy to avoid that gummy scare. Control your experience. Easy. So change the can, not the ritual. It's easy. Visit easyhempco.com to view the Easy Finder to find Easy near you. Easy is Farm Bill compliant with vitamins that are derived from initials, THC, CBD, extracts. It's Easy is for people 21 and older. And please enjoy responsibly.
How about that? All right. One more thing. We're gonna get to basketball. I saw this over the weekend. A few different instances. So one, Hugh Freeze was diagnosed with prostate cancer. I think they found it early. Be able to get treated. He's the third one of my coaching buddies that has been diagnosed in the last year.
Kind of that age a little. It's all kind of scary for all of us a little bit, you know.
I guess they're all 3 of them are about 10 years older than I am.
Mm-hmm. How old's Hugh?
Hugh's 55. I think Hugh's 55. I think Hugh's 55.
My age?
I think Hugh's 55.
Okay, let me look.
If my mind serves me right, because he's like 7-8 years older than I am.
I'm looking to see. Yep, he was born September 27th, 1969. He's like 4 months older than me.
So, but I reached out to him. You don't ever, you start talking about cancer and all that stuff, and then here's what kind of got started. I was really pissed. For anybody, and I get it, the fandom, and it started, and I'm going to be pissed. I'm going to piss a lot of people off here right now, so I apologize in advance. And if this hurts your feelings, then don't be so soft. It was that, and then there was some. I don't think one was a Texas A&M baseball player, and there was another one was a basketball player, Kansas basketball player.
Yep.
And then even on the one that we responded to that went after you, and again, we're not players, but here's the deal: is somewhere
I just crush a lot.
Somewhere in the process of fandom and where we're at,
yes,
we've blurred the lines between being critical of people and their sporting abilities, or in our case, our podcast abilities or journalism abilities, whatever it is, and personal attacks.
Yes,
we've blurred those lines
badly.
And there was even Chris Phillips, who does SEC Unfiltered. He said something like, okay, well, players are getting paid now and all that stuff. But I think if you're critiquing somebody's playing ability, I think that's fair game. I think when you start making it personal and making personal attacks on people, you get what you get. As far as you don't, like, for me, it's like somebody gets personal with me and I'll clap back at them, and then they want to play fucking victim. And we had that last week. Like, they want to hide behind a screen name and they want to type what they want to type, but they don't want to be exposed, especially when they send a direct message. There's a reason they're sending stuff to direct messages, because they don't want to do that from whatever account they're on. Fuck that. If you're man enough to fucking say something, either say it to somebody's face or don't hide behind a screen name. One or the other. That you can't. But once you start making shit personal, you're talking about people's families, or you start making shit personal, like personal attacks on people, not about other things. That we've crossed the line there. And like with Hugh's deal, there was somebody on your board, because I didn't see it until somebody showed it to me, but somebody on your board said something. I get that you may not, because you're an Ole Miss fan, you may not like Hugh Freeze for what happened, how it ended, or games he won, all that stuff. But to critique, to be not critique, but to like wish bad things on people.
Yeah, come on.
Because of that, like, you're fucked up.
Yeah, it's
like, you're fucked up.
I've told people this here lately. I notice it more and more. For something's happened culturally, and maybe it's social media, maybe someone. I think it was Grind in the thread said it's gambling, and maybe he's right. I don't know. I'm not saying anybody's wrong. I don't know. I'd have to dig deep into this. And I'm in a good mood today, so I'm kind of not trying to dig too deep into this. But people have gotten angrier than usual about sports. I don't know whether it's the talking heads every morning that are paid to get all riled up and have an opinion on everything. But there's something. I watch a lot of the Thunder. Yeah. Oklahoma City Thunder. That's my team. Carson loves the Thunder, has loved them since the Westbrook KD early days. Not on a bandwagon. And the Thunder are suddenly a very competitive team. They're a contender. And all of a sudden, there's this thing in the media. It's media. That, like, you can't convince me Stephen A. Smith actually feels this strongly about the Thunder. I don't believe it. But I think that stuff bleeds into the populace a little bit. I don't know what all it is, but it's just everything is so personal. Texas A&M, this is baseball, college baseball. Come on, let's be real for a minute. It's not that big of a deal. It's okay. They're college kids.
March.
And it's March. They haven't even played a single conference game. They just lost their best player to an injury. Had to have a shoulder situation. He's going to miss the season. He was the SEC Freshman of the Year last year. Good player. New coach. Got stuff going on, right? It's going to be a minute. It's okay. And they lose a couple of games, and their own fans, that's who's directed. Their own fans are just losing their minds. I think with the college game, I'm kind of talking my way through this. With the pro game, I think Grind might be onto something. I think it's the betting. With the college game, there's this thing that's gotten in people's heads of, well, we're paying your salaries. Yeah, but that doesn't change the fact that they're still college-age kids, man. I mean, they're still 19, 20-year-old kids. You can say they're not kids. Yeah, they are. They just are. I cover them. They're kids.
Well, it's like this. It's even in the pro game, okay? I'm glad you said the pro game, because I was thinking of one. You remember, like, there were things about Daniel Jones. When Daniel Jones was struggling in New York. And all that.
Yeah.
And then he was leaving the stadium or something, and people were like yelling at him in his face and stuff like that. It's one thing, and this is just my opinion, okay, which will buy you a cup of coffee. All right. It's one thing to put something on social media in generality. Oh, Daniel Jones is a bum, or he didn't play this or that. But when you start yelling at somebody in their face, like he knows he had a bad day. Okay. He doesn't need anybody on social media to let him know he had a bad day. Okay. But you also, fan or whoever you decide to do that, you better remember that, yes, he is a quarterback, but he's also a 6'4", 250-pound quarterback that knows he had a bad day. And when the Kelsey stuff with Jason Kelsey and pro, like, when you clap, when you get your ass kicked because of people who get paid to be violent, lots of money to play a violent game, they're not your friends. Okay, and when you get your face stomped in, don't go cry victim. Or when you go attack somebody and they call you out for your bullshit, don't go play victim.
Well, that's the one that I can't stand. And you and I are on the same page on this, right? I always feel for the athlete because he's getting yelled at as he's walking out of an arena or something. He can't win right there. If he responds to it in any fashion at all, he's at blame. But when people respond, like when someone comes after you on social media and you just decide, you know what, today's the day I'm going to respond. If you respond, even if you respond in the most rational manner, you're the bad guy. You're supposed to just take it, absorb it. They get to have their moment. They get to yell at the people. They get to yell at the players.
But there's a line, right? There's a line that it goes, the fans think they're allowed to do it and it's acceptable. But, brother, there's a time and a place for it.
Well, that's why, like
that line's been blurred.
Last week, and I'm going to stay away from details, but there was a story around Ole Miss, not athletics, but the university. And look, I'm not one that I don't spend a lot of time defending Ole Miss one way or the other, right? Whatever. Say what you want.
Which one are you talking about?
The story that the rumor.
Oh, I get asked about that. Like,
okay,
it doesn't.
Here's my problem.
I don't understand the interest.
Okay, I don't. Well,
it's drama.
But you know who does it? You know who did that? Who got that thing going? I hate these people, and I'm sorry.
I have no idea.
It's the bro culture podcast people. And some of those people are it's embarrassing. I'd say I went at one of them straight out. Why is that of prurient interest to you? Why?
Hey, I don't know. That's my thing.
I'll never understand it.
I don't understand I don't know. Maybe it's drama. Is it just for lack of better? I don't care. I got enough shit going on. I don't need somebody else's drama to accommodate my time.
It's your decency.
Yeah, I just don't care.
No, it's decency. Those same people that were like, way to go, man. Oh, wood. It will spell wood different. What are you, 4? I mean, and when I responded with, you would? Really? Because, I mean, not a chance in hell I would. They go, oh, this is what I love, Tyler. Have a sense of humor. I'm always like, no, so to be clear, you're saying you would if you were 50. Really? Wow. To your son? Wow. Yeah. Hey, you would just have to live with it, man. I mean, God's got to do what he got. Shut up. And that guy has a national audience. I don't know how. You know exactly. By the way, if you're watching, I am talking about you right now. And then later you come back and go, oh, yeah, that was terrible. I didn't mean any of those things. Yeah, you did. You absolutely meant it.
You were in a good mood.
I've coached Little League baseball teams where the players were more mature than some of those people.
That whole deal, look, I mean, at the end of the day, from an internet standpoint, one person talked about it and they wanted to get in that, and I think it was Pat McAfee.
And he was after who I'm talking about.
Well, I think that made it.
He was after.
I know, but I'm saying is like I think that gave everybody the clear to go, but I don't care. I know it sounds. I probably should. I don't. I probably shouldn't. I don't care. Like, I got enough shit going on. I don't have time. I don't have time for that to occupy any of my time. All right, let's talk about some college hoops. Then we'll wrap this thing up.
All right.
You good?
Yeah.
Scoops.
Big week in college hoops.
We're going to talk about this. Let me tell you why we're talking about this very particular topic. For some reason, this went viral on TikTok. 500,000 views on TikTok, by the way. Okay. On this one, we did our KenPom video about the top 9 teams. 500,000 views.
How about that?
Shout out, Cole. I guess the TikTok loves them some KenPom. So we're going to call this, we're going to do this on the Monday shows or whatever the next show is until we get to the tournament. This is the KP 2131. The KP 2131, which is the KenPom 21 under 21 offense, under 31 defense. 96% of the champions since KenPom has been started have come from this category. So last week we had 9 scoops. This week we have 9. But do you know what? We have one team that fell out and one team that came in.
Oh, we have a newcomer.
We have a newcomer to the KP 2131.
So
what
we
this
have an
is.
exodus and an arrival.
We have an exodus out of the top 9. We have an entry into the top 9. So what it is 96 going into the tournament, which will be in 2 weeks. Going into the tournament, the team, 96% of the winners of the NCAA tournament have been top 21 offense and top 31 defense, according to KenPom's efficiency ratings. And so this week, here are the 9. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you 8, and you're going to have to tell me who's in.
Okay.
Auburn, no surprise.
Yeah.
Duke, no surprise.
None.
Florida, no surprise.
They looked good the other night.
Houston, no surprise. Texas Tech, if you've watched Texas Tech,
They look good.
no surprise.
Yeah.
Clemson, surprisingly, because if you watch, but Clemson's solid. Clemson's in still. Arizona, no surprise if you watch them play. All right. Iowa State, still in. Iowa State was in on last Monday, went out after Monday night, back in.
Oh.
So Iowa State has left and come back.
They're fickle.
They left and they came back in the same week. All right, but guess who is out this week? As of today, Monday, so make sure this is very clear.
Monday, March 3rd.
Monday, March the 3rd at 3:07 Central. The Maryland Terrapins are out.
Bye-bye, Maryland.
Maryland has left us. They're on the edge, though. They've dropped to 28th offensive efficiency, and you have to be top 21. So Maryland this week is out. Guess who joined the top 9 this week?
ULM.
No. Shocker. Can you guess who joined without peeking and cheating?
St. John's?
No. St. John's is terrible offensively.
Oh. I don't know.
Whiskey, Wisconsin.
Oh, how about that?
Wisconsin has joined the top 9. Welcome, Wisconsin, to the top 9. All right, so I get asked this because everybody's like, well, what about this team? What about that team? All right, these are the teams that are on the bubble that could move in depending on how this week goes. And what I call on the bubble is teams that are 10 spots within. Alabama is 37th defensively.
Okay.
They have to play Auburn and Florida this week. I don't think that they will actually be able to improve to where they get top 31 defense.
But let me say something about Alabama for a moment.
Mm.
They went to Knoxville and went toe-to-toe. Made some mistakes late. Got hurt on a call late.
Particularly the last 30 seconds.
But the people that are trying to turn this into like some sort of an indictment on everything Alabama, nobody wants to play that team in the tournament.
Look, Alabama was up 3, 30 seconds. We had this. This is what got the DGen parlay out. They were up 3 with 30 seconds, got fouled. They did not. If they hit both free throws, we're having a different conversation.
Right.
They split.
Right.
Okay. He hit one, missed one. So they're up 4. Tennessee comes down. They had a 4-point trip. Okay. They come down inside 30 seconds. They lay it in, get fouled, go to the line. So now they're down 2. He misses the free throw. Tennessee rebounds and gets fouled. So he hits 2 free throws.
Right.
So Tennessee was down 4 and had a 4-point trip. If they were up 5, Alabama would still been up 1. Tennessee would have had to foul and we'd been playing the game, right?
Yeah.
And then Alabama still had a chance with a tie game. They turned the ball over with 3 seconds left, and Tennessee hits a 40-foot bomb to walk it off. That's so. I think they were like 98% chance to win or something, and they went. It's one of those deals.
I'm just telling you.
One of those things.
All I'm saying is nobody wants to play them in the tournament. That's all I'm saying.
They are 37th defense, playing Florida and Auburn to close the year. I don't think they will ever get. I don't think they will get there.
No, they won't get. They're not going to get in your club.
All right,
but I still say
this team may, depending on but Gonzaga's 36th on defense. But I don't think Gonzaga can win it all. I think they're a different animal. Maryland has fallen to 28th offense. Illinois 34th on defense. Illinois very close. Illinois has been playing well of late.
Yeah, they're a good team.
They beat Michigan like a drum at Michigan yesterday.
The kid, I can't think of his name, has really, he's the 6'6".
Yeah, I can't. I'm terrible with names. Sounds right. But they beat the brakes off Michigan at Michigan yesterday.
Yeah.
All right, Louisville. Very interesting team here. Okay. Louisville's 24th in offense. Defense is there. 24th on offense. Louisville's this team that when you watch them play in the ACC, you're like, holy smokes. I can't get out of my head the preseason. I say the preseason, the pre-conference, the non-con.
Non-con.
They got beat, what, by 4 SEC teams? Is that correct?
That is correct.
Yeah. So, and, but they look like world beaters. Either they've improved or the ACC is weak. I don't know. But they're close. They're 24th on offense. Marquette is 30th on offense. I don't see Marquette. They don't shoot the three well enough. I don't see Marquette getting up there, but they are 30th on offense. All right, the two that everybody asked about nonstop on that last, it was all in the comments. Michigan State is 32nd offensively. I don't think offensively they're good enough to get there in the top 21. But they are a good team. Really defend your ass. They are a good team. They just disappear at time to times on offense. And then Tennessee. Tennessee's 27th on offense. Tennessee with a good week could get there. Defensively, they're elite. But they would have to, I think Wednesday night's going to be a rock fight on the road at Ole Miss that defends well. Haven't defended well as of late, but they would have to probably shoot the lights out to get up into they'd have to do something special to get up in the top 21 offensively.
Want to play a little game?
I've always liked games.
Can you name the teams in college basketball? There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 teams.
Okay, 11 teams.
That have not lost a game outside of Quad 1 this year. Quad 1 is a home game against the top 30 team, a neutral site game against the top 50 team, or a road game against the top 75 team.
Ole Miss.
That's 1.
Duke.
That is 2.
Auburn.
Yep.
Florida.
Yes.
Houston.
Yes.
Arizona.
No.
Texas Tech.
No.
Georgia.
Correct.
Is this going to be all SEC?
No.
Okay.
It's mostly SEC, but no.
I mean, have I already mentioned all the non-SEC schools?
No.
Louisville?
No.
Who did lose to? Georgia Tech.
Yeah, I guess.
That's 6. Vandy.
No.
Oh, Tennessee.
Correct.
I got to look at my no-brainer. Alabama.
Yes.
I got 3 more.
One more SEC.
Texas A&M.
No.
Oh, they lost to Central Florida.
Mm-hmm. Team we don't ever talk about.
Texas, Oklahoma,
Missouri.
Oh shit, Missouri.
So 2 non-SECs.
All right, 2 non-SECs. Gonzaga.
No, it's a good guess, but no.
Iowa State.
No.
I don't know.
St. John's and Indiana.
I probably would have gotten to St. John's. I would have never got you to Indiana.
So Auburn, Duke, Houston, Florida, Tennessee, Alabama, Missouri, St. John's, Ole Miss, Georgia, Indiana have not lost a single Quad 1 game. All right,
I would have never got Indiana.
Of those, by the way, Auburn, listen to this. This is crazy. Auburn is 16-2 in Quad 1 games.
Is that a record?
All right, if it's not, it's got to be. It's
right?
got to be, right? I mean, wow.
First of all, you're playing 18. When was the last time somebody played 18 Quad 1 games?
I don't know. They have had a historic regular season. It's an incredible accomplishment.
That's just it's good. I mean, I enjoy it, but this the one thing is like if they don't win it, if they don't win the whole damn thing,
yeah, I know.
People are going to forget how historic it was.
Yeah, and
you know what I'm saying?
I hate that.
But it is what it is.
Missouri 6-8 Quad 1. St. John's is 3-4. Ole Miss is 5-9. Georgia 4-11. Indiana 4-11. You want to hear a crazy stat? This is why when these brackets come out and people look at if you subscribe to rebelgrove.com, you've already seen this. If you don't, number 1, it's very cheap. Number 2, anyway, you're not Ole Miss fans, okay? The SEC The reason that they're in the mix for 13 bids, the reason that Oklahoma, despite losing to Ole Miss and now being, 5 and something, the reason that Arkansas, despite a disaster of a game at South Carolina, the reason that Texas, despite just being a complete meltdown, is still on people's brackets. 3 reasons. 1, it's a 68-team field. You have to literally put 68 teams in the bracket. You don't get to go, well,
this year there's only 60.
This year there's only 61 good teams. Nope. So you got to go find 7 more. You got to have 68 teams in the bracket. Number 2, the first thing that eliminates you is bad losses. Here's wild. You want 2 wild stats? The SEC has played 102 games against Quad 4 opposition. What do you think the record is?
102-0.
101-1.
Who was the loss?
I don't know. South Carolina. I lost to somebody. It's Quad 4. The SEC has played 46 Quad 3 games. 46 games against Quad 3.
Can I ask you a question?
They're 45-1.
I can ask you a question.
Yeah.
When they count that up,
it's as of the moment.
When they play,
no,
or today,
now.
Okay, so a team that could be a Quad 1 or Quad 2
could fall or
come up. Okay,
that's why if you're in college,
because UCF had beat a lot of people early, and they've kind of fallen off.
So those games get worse.
Gotcha.
That's why.
Because that was probably UCF.
45-1 against Quad 3. So combined, do the math, 146-2 against Quads 3 and 4. In other words, there are no bad losses. Oklahoma's got a Quad 3 loss. South Carolina has a Quad 4 loss. So Texas, Oklahoma has the bad loss. Texas, Arkansas, those teams don't have bad losses, and they do have good wins. So I don't know what's going to happen. The people that are like, oh, well, they're just going to cut it at 11. They might. But if they do, I say it again because it's a broken record. If they do, it's kind of a weird message.
Yeah. I think it's a minimum 12. But that's just me.
I'm with you completely. I do think this is I've changed my number every week. I think there will be a 6-12 SEC team makes the field.
The only 2 that I can sit here and look at you straight in the face and say they're not getting in, there is no chance.
Right.
Is South Carolina, LSU.
Yeah, they're out.
To me, this is my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
The Siskey-Lenardi, I think Oklahoma and Texas are going to struggle getting in. And if you told me the next 2 that didn't get in, it's them. I think everybody else is in my opinion.
Oh, you think Arkansas is in? I think they got to win one more game.
I think they will win one more game.
Okay. But Arkansas's that team, like, it was bad Saturdays. Like, they was just, wow. I mean, what you saw with them, this is what hurt them. It's not losing to South Carolina. It's trailing by 30 at one point.
They couldn't throw in the ocean from the beach.
They couldn't make a shot.
They couldn't throw in the ocean from the beach. Quickly, not really talking about it. Florida dominated Texas A&M. That's not a shocker. Florida's the real deal. Just so everybody knows, I have placed my futures wager on the Florida Gators at plus 900. Just so everybody knows.
Well, you know what's happened with Florida is because Auburn is having such a spectacular season
that they get lost in the shuffle.
I mean, Florida gets a little lost in the shuffle.
Even though they beat Auburn at Auburn.
But the other night against A&M, Micah Hanglo, he looked like he was finally completely, the rust was off. And, boy, they throw bigs at you.
And
they
run
throw
the floor.
bigs at you.
Their transition offense is unbelievable. Like, dude, they're just good.
They kind of do everything good.
They just do everything good.
If you told me I hope we don't get Auburn and Florida in Nashville.
Why?
Because I want to save it for the Final Four.
Well, you'll get it then too.
I'll tell you this now.
Are you cheering against good basketball games?
Well, no, but I'm doing this. If I'm Auburn, if I'm Florida, if I'm Tennessee, if I'm Alabama.
I know exactly what you're about to say.
I'm going to tell you now.
I disagree, but I get it.
I wake up on Saturday morning in Nashville and I start going, let's get out of here.
Yeah.
Last year, Florida's season was lost in the championship game.
And Neal, you are not wrong.
I get it.
But from a competitor's standpoint, there's a 0% chance from a competitor
I
standpoint.
know.
A 0%
That's
chance.
why if I'm the coach,
If
I
we're
kind of
lacing,
want out.
if we're lacing them motherfuckers up and they're throwing the ball up, or we're lacing it, we're putting the ball down, we're going to play. Like, competitors compete.
Oh, I know that.
Competitors compete.
No, I know that, and that's
And
why
I would be scared to death, and I'm going to debate you on this one.
okay.
I would be scared to death as a coach. Okay, as a coach, I would be scared to death to send a message to my team.
Oh no,
you
can't coach it that. No, you can't coach it that way.
Hey, he's healthy. Broom's a healthy scratch.
No,
I'd be scared to death.
You're
to send
missing
that
what
kind
I'm
of
saying.
message.
You're missing what I'm saying. I just wouldn't mind if this was the game that we went a little cold. Let's get it out of the way.
Wouldn't try
Let's
to
get
lose.
No. You don't try to lose
Or sit somebody.
No. I'm just saying very quietly in the back of your head, as if
I know, but brother, you get out there and you get in a game, you'll freaking. You'll slap your mama to win a game.
I know. That's all I'm saying.
You get competitive juices going, you will slap your mama to win a game.
I'm just telling you, if you told me that on Saturday or Friday that Florida or Auburn or Tennessee loses, that coach is going to be calm as a cucumber.
Yeah,
because he's going to be like, good, we got out of here. We're healthy. Let's go. We got 6 games potentially coming up that are bigger than this one.
All right, Tennessee, we talked just quickly. We talked to Tennessee. Obviously, Tennessee beat Alabama 79-76. Vandy beats Missouri 97-93. Big win for Vandy.
Phenomenal game, by the way.
Great game. Overtime game. I got to see about the last 10 minutes of that one. I didn't see the first 30, but I got to see the last 10 of that when I was at the baseball. Mississippi State handles LSU 81-69. South Carolina, which we just talked about, beats Arkansas 72-53. Wasn't even that close. Arkansas couldn't throw it in the ocean from the beach. Ole Miss beats Oklahoma. Big win for Ole Miss. They beat Oklahoma 87-84 at home. It was very, very I got to watch most of this game on my phone. I was on my phone when this one was going on, but I got a chance to watch most of it. It's kind of, for me, it was kind of like watching, they were kind of in a weird way, like you never thought. It was almost like that. I was at the Texas A&M game.
Yep.
It was very like they were like in control the whole game. Then all of a sudden, Oklahoma made a couple, but it was close. It was never out of reach. They never were able to get it out of reach. Oklahoma was able to take a read. And look, it's just how basketball is. Some of these games with the good teams come down to one possession.
Mm-hmm.
Padula hits the 3. Brother, if that thing doesn't go in, they don't win the game. And that was a big shot. Big shot.
Yep.
And they ended up winning 87-84. Missed free throws down the stretch, kind of made it closer than it had to be, but they could have. It is what it is. And then the game that I called, and everybody thought I was crazy because Georgia had not won a road conference game all year. The Georgia Bulldogs go to Austin, and this game was never close.
Big win.
They were up big early. State kept the lead. Georgia, I think they're in.
I do too. Like Georgia's net as of this moment. Georgia is 33 in the net. They're in.
Yeah, I think Georgia's in.
They're in.
All right, so midweek games this week. We got Georgia at South Carolina. South Carolina's just playing spoiler for everybody and giving everybody quad 2 losses if they win them at home. But Georgia's at South Carolina. I still think Georgia's playing well right now. Even in their they played well at Auburn. Like they're playing well, and they finally finished the game.
Supposedly, the committee, when they look at things, they do not look at conference record. It's literally not on the page. I know they're aware of it, but it's literally not on the page.
Neal, I'm going to tell you right now, if conference record is not on the page, then you may get 13 SEC teams.
I'm told it is not on the page. That when you evaluate a team, that's not one of the numbers on the page.
Then you may be looking at 13. If that's the case.
It's overall record. It's neutral, home away, quad 1, quad 2, quad 3, quad 4.
LSU's at Kentucky. I think Kentucky holds serve there. All right, Texas at Mississippi State. Big spot for Texas if they can get one on the road. I like Mississippi State's chances, though. I like Mississippi State at home. Auburn at Texas A&M. Texas A&M is going – this is an interesting game. Okay, not touching this game. But here's an interesting thing from a betting standpoint.
Mm-hmm.
Auburn clinched the SEC Saturday. Auburn plays Alabama. They know what's coming on Saturday. They're on the road at Texas A&M. Texas A&M's dropped, 4 in a row now?
4 in a row.
So you got a team that's desperate. You got a team that, to my knowledge, let me double-check this in case I'm dead wrong here.
You're saying it's a trap spot for Auburn?
Could be a little trappy. Could be a little trappy right here.
Yeah.
And I
don't know.
I'm not saying that. It's senior night in College Station. They've dropped four in a row. Auburn is clinched. They got Alabama coming on Saturday for some.
Yep.
It wouldn't surprise me if that game's a little uncomfortable for the Tigers.
Okay.
Wouldn't surprise me.
So A&M over Auburn, lot. Is that what you're saying?
That's not what I'm saying.
Okay.
I'm just saying closer than the experts think. Like,
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind taking Texas A&M.
A&M's a proud team. Wade Taylor the fourth.
I wouldn't mind taking Texas A&M in the points in this game. That's what I'm saying.
And probably Auburn. I mean, Auburn's human. They clinched, and they know what Saturday.
They know what Saturday is because they will be playing on Saturday.
Oh, yeah.
They will be playing on Saturday. Just saying. Senior night. All right. Arkansas at Vandy. I think Arkansas wins this game. I think Vandy feels good at their spot right now. Vandy's a lock, I think. They're in.
Wow. You're going Razorbacks over the doors.
Going Razorback over the doors in Vandy, in Nashville. Florida at Alabama. I'm not betting against Florida. I'd take the over in this game. There will be 847 possessions in this game.
Tell you what else there will be at that game, about 847 NBA scouts.
Don't you know it?
Boy, that Florida, wow. They're really, really good. The fact that team isn't the best team in the SEC is incredible. They're pretty flawless.
I
take it back. Give me as many Auburn, Florida games as possible.
I'll bet you the Florida Alabama line's like the over under is like 200.
Oh yeah,
I bet that number is high.
Bama can score. That's the crazy part. I thought Bama played what I saw, and I saw a decent amount. I thought Alabama was.
I thought
they played a really good basketball
enough to win.
game. Yeah, they should have won.
They should have won.
Yeah,
they did.
It didn't matter.
All right, Missouri is at Oklahoma. I think it's a big spot for both teams. Missouri needs to kind of solidify it, but I mean, if Oklahoma wants any chance to be in the conversation, they have to win.
OU's got to win this game. Bottom line, if you even want to breathe, you got to have this game.
And then 8:00 on Wednesday night, the Tennessee Vols. I know they look at you getting to cover another 8:00 game.
Yeah.
Tennessee Vols are playing Ole Miss. I'm
hopeful. I'm hopeful that the basketball gods are saying, "All right, Neal, we're going to give you an 8:00 game for senior night. Going to be riding until 1 a.m, but we're going to make it up to you. Ole Miss is going to play at noon, SEC tournament." That's what I'm hoping.
I think Ole Miss wins at home.
Whoa! All right, so you are picking. You're throwing a little.
I've been pretty good at my DGen stuff. I've picked some. So I picked this.
You have. You picked some upsets. You're throwing. So you're throwing a little loose change on Texas A&M, and then you're going all in, dropping the wallet on Arkansas and Ole Miss.
I think Arkansas wins. I think Auburn. I would sprinkle Texas A&M. I like the line. I would like any points I get with Texas A&M. I think Mississippi. I think Georgia beats South Carolina. I think Kentucky beats LSU. I think Mississippi State beats Texas. Auburn, Texas A&M. I can see that. I'm telling you, I got a weird feeling on that one.
Okay.
I like Arkansas at Vandy. Florida at Bama's. I like the over. I don't give a shit what it is. I like the over. Missouri at Oklahoma. I like Oklahoma.
I think I do too. Senior night, man. Senior night's big. Like that's the Bama advantage against Florida's senior night.
Yeah, but Florida's good, dude.
They are.
I ain't picking against them.
No,
look,
they're tough.
I ain't picking against them.
Clayton, Richard,
dude, they got everybody back.
They're good.
Dude, when they run their bigs run the damn court, like their transition is like, dude, they get a rebound in a second and a half. They're either shooting a freaking 3 from 40 feet or they're dunking.
And they keep bigs,
on a cutter,
keep bigs on the floor now that Hangloten's back and Condon's back.
Do you know what's awesome about it when you know you're running in transition is when the ball never hits the ground.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, they're like rebound, outlet, and they hit the inbound guys sprinting right down the middle of the field, middle of the court. I mean, they're good.
Yeah, no, they're very good.
And I like Ole Miss to beat Tennessee.
Miss, wow.
At home.
That.
I like Ole Miss to beat Tennessee at home.
Okay.
There you go.
All right.
Because can I go a little step further?
Why not?
Ole Miss senior night.
Mm-hmm.
most years experience. So a lot of older guys.
Yeah. Matthew Morrell's last game, Sean Padula's last game, Jamin Brakefield, Dre Davis, a lot of seniors.
It's not like you got a young team playing senior day.
No, you got an old team.
Old team playing senior day.
And nothing to lose now. The tightness is gone. They can just go play.
They're
in. They're in. 9 wins, they're in. So
Tennessee beat Alabama. They
know they got
emotional. They got South Carolina coming at home on Saturday.
Their senior day.
Their senior day. Then they got another dub. They're getting ready for postseason play. I like it. And look, and I think it could be a rock fight both sides. So I think it's a lower scoring game. Give me the Rebels.
If you're going to that game, it's a late start, going to be a late finish. You need to be awake.
I'll be there. Oh, we have a concession stand review coming from the pavilion on Wednesday.
Wow. What are you going to get?
I don't know yet. I think it's cheating to do Canes, right? Is it cheating?
No, it's not cheating. It's there.
All right, you got Canes. Here's what we got. We got Canes, which usually, all right, Canes, don't get me started. Canes is, you got to get there early if you're going to get Canes. It's a long-ass line. Takes time. So you got to get there early. Well, we got Canes, we got Steak and Shake, and we got concession stand.
What do you get at Steak and Shake?
Burger and fries.
Okay.
And I usually, real talk, when I'm on my fat boy push, when I'm trying to carb up, I go Canes with a sweet tea, and then go to Steak and Shake and get the shake.
Oh wow.
Let's go. That's usually what we do.
That's some calories right there.
Yeah, man. You got to keep it. I mean, you got to keep the beast rolling. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, you can't.
Yeah.
You got to feed the beast.
But if you want to stay awake, I got a surefire way to do it. Rain Total Body Fuel. You get 300 milligrams of natural caffeine. You can get all your BCAAs. Because you wake up in the morning, you know what I need today? I need some BCAAs. You're gonna want some electrolytes for the big game. Get
no
that.
sugar.
And you don't want sugar. That weighs you down. So you also want something that's going to push your limits and achieve your goals. I mean, that's what you want to do. You want to wake up in the morning and go, I have a goal today. I'm going to achieve this goal. Have a Rain Body Fuel. If you want to learn more, and I suggest you do, because who out there doesn't want to keep learning? Get on Instagram. Go to Rain Body Fuel. Get Rain Body Fuel.
I didn't say it that time.
You didn't. I was waiting for you to mess it up.
I know.
You didn't.
I didn't. I learned. Scoops in case you get lost this week.
Yeah.
And you need some help. You need to find yourself.
I'm going on a trip Friday, so I could get lost.
Discover Garmin.
I need a Garmin, no doubt.
At PTG Outdoors. From cycling and running watches to tax indoor cycling, Garmin brings innovation to your fitness journey. Track health metrics, explore maps, and enjoy GPS precision for cycling, golf, and outdoor adventures. Dive deeper with swim tracking and train smarter with dog tracking tools and monitor performance on land and water. Explore Garmin's range, including smartwatches, scales, and advanced off-road instruments. Available now at PTGOutdoors.com. That's right, PTGOutdoors.com. Scoops put the link in the chat.
I did.
And Scoops. It's tax season.
It is. It is. I wrote a check last week.
Some of you will be getting refunds. These two will not.
Oh, my God.
And when you get your refund, take them right down to Meridian, Mississippi. There are big savings happening right now at Kia of Meridian. You can get $10,000 in rebates and 0% financing on select vehicles. Plus, for a limited time, they're matching your down payment up to $2,500. That means more money for your car all month long. Don't wait. These deals won't last. Visit Kia of Meridian today. Kia of Meridian, where great deals drive home with you. Give them a call. Area code 601-483-6444.
That's what I told my accountant when she said, you're not getting a refund. I said, it's not enough. That's exactly right, Thomas. It's not enough.
You know what else?
More.
You know what else you can do when you go to Kia Meridian Scoops?
I've heard a rumor.
You've heard? Tell me what you heard.
I've heard you say, Trav, will you pull it out?
Trav, will you pull it out for me?
And then he does. And then you spin the wheel.
Spin the wheel. And win awesome prizes like a PS5, an Xbox, a TV, and more. Check them out, Kia Meridian. That's all I got for you today. I get to go. I think it's going to get cold again tonight. I'm going to get to go freeze.
I think it's in the 50s, though. It's not going to be as bad.
Brother.
There's bad weather coming tomorrow.
Bad weather coming tomorrow. Brother, let me tell you something. if you want to like, I hate the cold. Have I told you that?
I know. I'm aware.
I hate the cold. It's cold. Like that ballpark. If it's 75 degrees in the parking lot, it's 22 degrees in the stands. I don't know what it is. It's the coldest. I mean, I don't like the cold. I hate the cold. I'm tired of being cold. I know you love it. I know
I don't love it.
It's your jam.
It's not my jam. It doesn't bother me
like,
the way
I want it to
others.
be 109 with 100% humidity. I can't wait for those days. I love heat. I love humidity. Give it to me. All I can take. No Tucker. Give it to me. I can't stand the freaking. I want my shoes to melt on the turf. I want hot. I don't like this cold stuff. Make it hurt every day. You know what I mean? Like, I had to hit it easy, make me feel better.
No, I'm ready for the warmer weather because I'm ready to resume my early morning runs. And I don't like to, if it's 30-something, it's just too cold. It's just too cold to go run when it's 30-something because you can't get loose and you start feeling everything.
Yeah.
That's the one good thing about hot, humid, like 6 a.m. runs. By about 6:15, seriously, you get kind of loose.
Yeah.
And it's not brutal hot yet because the sun's not all over you yet. And you're like, oh, I feel good.
Yeah, like
I feel good.
Like grinds in Mobile, right? Like this time of the year, and particularly this time of the year, makes me miss the coast. Like, brother, there's nothing better than you go. Like the coast has got the best weather because it's like at nighttime when it's cold here, and you get the north winds, and you're freezing. On the coast, you get the south winds.
Yeah,
let's go. It's 75, and the wind knocks it down to like 70. I mean, it's perfect. In February, it's perfect. No, not. And then now in the summertime, it gets hot. But there's things you can do about that. You know, you practice in the morning and just enjoy
jump in the water.
Go jump in the water, chase some king mackerel in August, and you're in business. So there you go. That's all I got.
We will be back on Thursday with another edition of McCready and Siskey. Again, a reminder, we will not have a show next Monday. Don't really know what the rest of next week looks like. Kind of depends on basketballs and travel and stuff. So we don't know. Appreciate those of you who have asked because it means you enjoy the show. But we don't know the answer just yet. Yeah, you can get in the Gulf of America when you live on the coast. You can just jump in the Gulf of America.
Absolutely. Let's do it.
Until next time, for Tyler, I'm Neal. Take care.